Welcome to Conflict News 24. I have some news stories for you from two ongoing conflicts. First one is in East Congo. Three updates about this conflict in eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Second conflict is a major global conflict between Russia and Ukraine. In East Congo, three updates. First one is about arrival of delegates of some armed faction in civil society in Kenya, where talks are being held. Delegates of armed factions are from North Kivu, South Kivu, and other provinces of East Congo. They were blocked from entering Kenya. It seemed that Congo's government blocked them from entering Kenya. They remained in Goma for 4 days. At last, they have arrived in Nairobi. Secondly, a new story about resumption of fighting between M23 fighters and two other armed factions in a village of East Congo. So fighting is not just between M23 and Congolese military, but there are several armed factions, ethnic militias operating in East Congo. And thirdly, viewers, commander of a militia, Hunde militia, arrived in Kitchanga today in North Kivu. Then two news stories from Russia-Ukraine conflict. Firstly, Slovakia and France today delivered some weapon systems to Ukraine. Details for you. And lastly, Germany is trying to decrease its reliance on Russian gas. Germany was importing half of its gas from Russia. But Russia is not delivering any gas to Germany since August. There is crisis in Germany in terms of gas shortage. Now, Germany is signing new contracts for gas purchase, and an agreement has been signed between Germany and Qatar. Firstly, viewers, East Congo conflict. Eastern Congo, where more than 100 armed groups are operating. Fighting going on for decades, but recent upsurge of fighting started at the end of last year. And since then, M23 fighters, ethnic Tutsis, have been trying to take control of as many towns as possible in North Kivu. They're heading towards Goma city. But before that, East Africa community platforms, regional forces have been deployed to Goma city. And now talks are being held in Kenya to resolve this conflict. First round of talks was held in Luanda, Angola. A declaration was issued urging M23 to withdraw from areas under its control and to observe ceasefire. Ceasefire is being observed largely, but M23 has not withdrawn from the areas under its control. Second round of talks is underway in Nairobi, Kenya. We know that Burundi's president is there. Kenyan President Ruto was there. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta was there too. Paul Kagame from Rwanda, Museveni from Uganda, and Felix Tshisekedi from Congo attended the meeting virtually. Some delegates of armed groups are also part of talks. Is M23 there? I don't think so. I have no confirmation. But some other representatives of armed groups wanted to participate in talks, but they were stopped by Congo's government, it seems. Several delegates of armed factions and civil society representatives were blocked from traveling to Kenya. They were blocked in Goma city of North Kivu. For 4 days, they kept on waiting. Around 48 hours ago, talks started in Kenya. But now reportedly 87 delegates of armed factions Delegates are of 11 armed factions and of civil society groups. They have managed to arrive in Kenya from Goma. They are going to be part of talks. Is M23 there? We don't know. But 11 armed groups are represented at talks in Kenya. So far, no joint declaration. Let's see what happens. Congo has been refusing to hold direct talks with M23 fighters. Fighting is not just between M23 and government forces, because today fighting resumed in a village which is in Ratshoro. In Ratshoro, North Kivu province, Bambo group, there's a village called Kishishe. In Kishishe, there was fighting for several hours today between M23 ethnic Tutsis and FDLR Rwandan ethnic Hutu fighters. FDLR Rwandan opposition fighters group was supported by Mai Nyatura, which is another Hutu group in East Congo. So this is Hutu Tutsi fighting in East Congo. Tutsis are a minority in East Congo. Around their population in North Kivu was around 5 to 10%. But they say, especially M23 says that Tutsis are facing risk of genocide, like they were massacred in Rwanda more than 2 decades ago, around 3 decades ago. So there was resumption of fighting in Ratshoro, in this village Kishishe. Fighting did not involve FARDC, not Congolese military. Fighting was between M23, ethnic Tutsis, and ethnic Hutus, Hutus of FDLR and Mai Nyatura. So it means that government M23 agreement is not the solution to this problem. You need a comprehensive agreement involving all ethnic and other groups and government forces to find peace in Eastern Congo. Thirdly, viewers, leader, commander of a militia arrived in Kitchanga today. Kitchanga is in North Kivu. And the commander's name is Janvier Karairi. Janvier Karairi calls himself General Janvier. General Janvier is commander of APCLS. APCLS is another militia, another ethnic militia, armed group operating mostly in Masisi in North Kivu. And it consists of Hunde ethnic group members. General Janvier Karairi arrived in Kitchanga today. People welcomed him, and some chanted slogans against ethnic Tutsis there. We know that M23 fighters, ethnic Tutsi, they are trying to move towards Kitchanga. Kitchanga is not under their control. So APCLS has now arrived in Kitchanga. It means that if M23 fighters try to move towards Kitchanga and then towards Masisi, fighting will be between APCLS and M23, between Hunde and Tutsis. So you see, there are several angles to this conflict. It's not just between M23 and Congolese government. Several ethnic groups are involved in the conflict in East Congo. We have 2 clips for you showing the arrival of General Janvier Karairi, APCLS commander in Kitchanga, North Kivu zone of East Congo.
Pale wana mungambi. Pale wana mungambi. Population yote yote imeenda. Wataitika kweli? Watu si wameitika saa kweli kaka? Wameshaka mana.
Secondly, was Russia-Ukraine conflict. No major change on front lines. I'll update you if there are major changes, like we reported yesterday that Russians had managed to break through Ukrainian defense lines on Bakhmut, Horlivka line. They managed to cross the road, Bakhmut, Horlivka road. No major changes, though Russians are advancing to the north of Bakhmut. But Bakhmut is still not under full Russian control. Meanwhile, Ukraine is receiving more advanced weapons from all European countries. State-of-the-art weaponry is being provided to Ukraine by all European countries, US as well. Firstly, Slovakia today sent 30 infantry fighting vehicles, BMP-1s, to Ukraine. You can see the picture on your screen. This is a Slovakian infantry fighting vehicle 30 sent to Ukraine today. And secondly, France today sent a modern MLRS, several units of MLRS called LRU were delivered to Ukraine, confirmed by Ukrainian forces, Ukrainian military officials that LRU, MLRS, several pieces have arrived in Ukraine from France. So, Ukraine, if it is resisting Russian advance, it is because of state-of-the-art weaponry being given to Ukraine. It is because of financial aid being given to Ukraine. It is because of all types of support given to Ukraine by EU, US and NATO. Germany, which is facing a crisis in terms of gas shortage, is trying to make up for the shortage of gas. Germany was heavily reliant on Russian gas before the start of Russia-Ukraine war. Half of Germany's gas needs were being met by Russia. But since August, Germany has not received any gas from Russia. Nord Stream gas pipeline is not operational. It was partially damaged in an attack a few months ago. And German economy, German people, they are going through a hard time. Gas prices going up. This winter is very hard to handle for Germans. Meanwhile, Germany is planning ahead. It is striking new deals. Germany has struck a deal with Qatar. Qatar is one of the largest suppliers of LNG, liquefied natural gas. Germany has inked a deal with Qatar from 2026. Germany will start importing LNG from Qatar. Germany is building some LNG terminals. In the next few years, the terminals will be completed, construction, and then Germany will start importing LNG from Qatar, and around 2.7 billion cubic meters of LNG will be supplied to Germany from Qatar from 2026. 2026 is 4 years away. Germany has to go through this year's winter. Germany is in immediate need of gas supplies. Russia is not supplying anything. So this winter is a challenge for Germans, for Germany's government, for Germany's economy, for Germany's industry. Thank you for watching.